So where do we start? It's Joe from Sound Designs, and you're in my beautiful workspace in the Pratt Oval in Glen Cove, New York. This building is from the late 1800s, early 1900s. And yeah, it's a pretty cool space. It used to be part of the Pratt family, their estate, which was stables and the administrative offices. And it used to be like a big, almost like a racetrack where they could run horses around and store everything they needed to manage back in the Gold Coast days. It's kind of a privilege to be able to work in a historic space and get inspiration from that. And when I was a kid growing up in Queens, I had in my grandparents' house a lot of live edge stables that my uncle had built back in the 70s when he had a company called Tree Tables, and they were based in Manhattan, and that had long since closed, but we still had a lot of the furniture. So I grew up around it. I always had an appreciation for just the different shapes and the contours of the live edge tables, and it was just fascinating to me at a very early age. So I always wanted to build things out of wood as long as I can remember. 2008, I really got into it and took on my first project. And then a few years later, Hurricane Sandy, 4 years later, that happened, and there was just fallen trees all over the place on the North Shore. And as I talk about a lot, there's a lot of large trees here on the old estates, and a lot of them got knocked down, and you could see them getting cut into smaller pieces on the side of the road to clear the roads, and a lot of them ended up in the wood chipper or they became firewood. Of course, some of it was used because there's a lot of good material, but it was heartbreaking to see those trees just not only did we not have them anymore, but also the wood wasn't really being used for anything to make it something beautiful and give it a second life. And so that's what I wanted to do, and that was the vision for Sound Designs, was to create works of art, furniture with the fallen trees or down trees that are in our immediate area right here on the Gold Coast. In the beginning, there's a lot of obstacles because I didn't know how to do, drive the material or to get it milled or anything like that. So I had to learn from scratch. And I just started by calling around and researching online as much as possible and really interviewing people that knew how to do this until I figured it out. And so I think the passion for this work, maybe it's an obsession, I don't know, but it just keeps me going. Like I was thinking about it all the time. Like I felt like compelled, like I had to do this. And sometimes when you have a vision for something, you just have to do it. And that's how I felt. Just growing up with that in the house and seeing it from a very early age, that must have done something, because I had the desire to make something like that, to replicate that and to expand on it, as early as I can remember. So it's definitely, it has an impact on you, the things that are in your environment and your surroundings, and you take inspiration from them. And that's kind of what I've always strived to do with woodworking and other artistic projects that I've taken on, is how can I use what I have in my environment, and how can I make something that really speaks to that place and is rooted there. And that's what I found in woodworking. It's a big deal to get a custom piece of furniture made, because could be a 6 to 8 week lead time, and it's not like just going to a store and picking out something that's already there.
He helps keep the tables looking as good as they can and do. When did you come in? About
4th of July.
That's right. That's a long time ago already.
What?
Yeah. So and they still look great. So we'll see when the next time you have to come in, but they've held up really well.